But
now
at the
you'd
same
be
time,
straight.
I think Shredder was misunderstood.
All right, on that note, let's go ahead and jump into
No,
this.
he was definitely evil.
He was.
But I think he disguised his evil.
Like Ronald Reagan.
Exactly.
That new Ninja Turtles looks fire. Though.
It does look good. April O'Neil is black now.
Oh,
she-
Oh,
Yeah.
evolution.
I think one of the.
I think that's a problem. Because
clip that one.
no, think about it. Because the characteristic from the Turtles is you always kind of got the feeling that the Turtles were probably black.
Did you?
I did.
You thought that?
I did.
Why? Because they were shunned by society.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
They had to live in the sewer.
It was actually an allegory. We're actually supposed to take. I mean, just like Professor X is Martin Luther King and Magneto's Malcolm X. We're
Right.
supposed to take that from.
Splinter is,
Hey, Long, you said because they had to live in the
Because they were fatherless
Yes.
They were motherless.
and motherless.
They had a
They had a father.
They were
Well, they had
adopted.
a father figure.
He was adopted by like an Asian person. You know, like an
They had a
Asian
Joe
rat.
Clark.
Oh man, that's funny. Man.
Now, when I say that, I'm saying that from this is actually a perception. So I uploaded a clip on Bringing Down the Band recently about Tyler, the Creator, talking about needing more black cartoon characters.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say all this is because a lot of the comments I'm seeing people saying, well, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were black.
Never thought
And
that.
I was like, all right, but let's roll with that, right?
All right, we'll go with that.
If they're black, then you have this random white woman who's like, oh, she's like the savior, right?
The white savior.
Oh,
She's
so
the
it's
white
like,
savior. You can't have a
So it's
black
like Dangerous
savior.
Minds.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow,
Exactly.
good call.
But then you can't have a black savior woman
Saving
the quote unquote black turtles.
doesn't fit the narrative. I might be with him on that.
I mean, if we're going
If
with,
we're gonna go with the
go with
turtles
the-
being
We're going
black,
with the status quo.
if we're going with like April O'Neil was white potentially. It doesn't.
saves the turtles.
Yeah.
Like Aladdin's not going to be from Brazil.
They're
Nope.
not, they're not going to. They'd probably try, but they're not going to. Just like they wouldn't put the Lion King in Norway.
Yeah,
They might
But once
try.
again, that's supposed to be.
Remember Indian Thriller?
No.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm sleep on that.
Did you
What is
see-
that?
Did you see Indian Spider-Man?
I didn't see that one.
That wasn't official,
Sleep.
Okay.
I'm
but
sleep.
there actually was a Japanese version of Spider-Man. It was wild.
I
Is it
do
on-
remember that.
He had a machine gun and,
Matter
and
of
a flying
fact,
robot.
Is it on Tubi?
Penny's mother was in that show.
No, they did an American version of Spider-Man, but they did there's a Japanese only Spider-Man. The Spider-Man.
I'm saying she was in the Japanese one.
No,
I believe.
No, they did. There's an American Spider-Man. She wasn't in that. There were
She
two.
wasn't?
There were two Spider-Man shows on
Okay.
different countries at the same time.
Got you.
Got to be on Tubi. Shout
I
out to
know
Tubi.
everything is on there.
Yeah.
Hey, look, man, they're turtles, but
That's crazy, man. He got the turtles black.
He did, and then the first
Ain't
thing
no
he
way
said was,
Michelangelo was black.
Wow.
"Dude,
Raphael definitely wasn't black. Well,
Michelangelo
he-
was a black man."
Raphael had white inks.
I think
Yeah, he did have
Raphael and
in the
Donatello
movies-
are probably the blackest turtles.
I'll
I would
agree.
agree.
But in the movies, the original, like the live action movie, I would say Raphael definitely white angst.
Yeah.
He was
wasn't for no BS.
He was angry
Yeah.
at the system that really, wasn't against him like that.
David out here being woke. Quit being woke, David.
What the- oh,
They're
come on,
turtles.
David.
They're green. We know.
But at the same time, you can look at in those live action movies,
David Peck
Shredder
is
and his whole organization was actually trying to do something good for the youth of the city. It was just misunderstood.
I can
Were
see
they?
that. I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
There was a whole bunch of. This was a time when America was abandoning its youth. Shredder gave, sure they were stealing stereos, but it could have
Oh,
evolved into something
gotcha,
else.
gotcha.
Just like, hey, look, there are several people who are very rich in America right now, and they got their start in the bootlegging era.
This is the same person that does
Crips. They get Cripicola.
Yeah.
not. This is the same.
You have to look at these things more critically.
Follow me here. This is
The level of like deep
You don't
level
like
of sarcasm.
You
going
don't
on
like
right now.
Mr. Miyagi, but you fool with the Shredder.
Mr.
Off
Miyagi
labor?
was
That's racist.
exploiting
No, it's not. No, it's not. Don't do that.
young
No, it's
man
not.
to try to teach him some really low grade karate. He had him
So
washing
the foot is
cars.
much better by stealing stereos from old folks.
You know what? They were stealing from those who had an abundance.
Not necessarily.
Not a Shredder is Robin Hood
Well,
or
but
something
then
like
again,
that.
but then again, they did have like massive quantities of them. They'd have like pallets of stereos and stuff.
Pallets.
I mean, because they had to make a living.
They were teaching these young men about
So it wasn't
entrepreneurship.
necessarily like stealing out of.
They were stealing from whoever they wanted to steal.
I
from.
think we just reaching right now.
Yeah,
but
we are. Whole
Well,
lot
they was beating up
whole lot
old
of
folks.
extra.
When did you ever see
We done called
any
the
of
green
those young
turtles
men?
black.
When did you see any of those young men that worked under Shredder actually, hurt somebody? I mean, they would fight the turtles because the turtles
they
were
couldn't
messing up.
fight.
It was like junior achievement.
They couldn't
Oh,
have
my
fight.
God.
That's what the Foot
man.
Clan was. It was just misunderstood.
Foot stinks.
Casey Jones, the dude out there beating up people,
With a hockey stick?
who was the bigger criminal, him or Shredder?
What was the Shredder? 100%.
He was just a nicer Jason.
What was
Voorhees that didn't
Casey
kill
actually
people.
trying to
Like
do
that.
for anybody?
Nothing.
First of all, he still didn't have an organization of young
He
criminals.
was trying to holler at April O'Neil.
All right, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but what did he actually try to help anybody? Even
No.
the turtles?
He tried to help the turtles.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually.
That's just because he was trying to get at April.
Exactly. His whole motive was not actually into anything. He wasn't trying to help the youth.
No.
First of all, April wasn't even going in the beginning.
In the beginning.
She wasn't going in the
It
beginning.
wasn't until they went to like the guest house.
It doesn't matter.
They
She
did. You
eventually
seen the
went.
movie. They did.
She eventually went, so that's all that matters. Hook, line, sinker.
All right, man. But still, so far, the line of the night is you saying that the turtles were black and then saying they lived in a sewer.
Listen, man.
Once again,
I
we're-
never
we're
thought.
Jay
looking-
Moore said
We're
that.
looking
Oh,
at
he
no,
did?
we're looking at
Is
that when
that
you
you?
start looking into the symbolism.
There's
and
definitely symbolism
where, unfortunately, black people have been placed in this society due to certain economic and social and political.
This is crazy.
stances,
It sound
and
like-
you see where we've had we've had to come from the sewer above ground.
Sound like Damon Wayans on that.
Yeah, all you need to do is hold his hand like this.
So I'm
It's a
sorry.
hypothesis.
Shout out to brother tonight.
of the
That's all you need to do.
brothers. Yeah, man.
So you
I ain't
know,
going.
You know,
just need a
and-
kufi on right
but
now.
At the
You'd
same
be straight.
time, I think Shredder was misunderstood.
All right. On that note, let's go ahead and jump into.
No,
this.
he was definitely evil.
He was.
But I think he disguised his evil.
Like Ronald Reagan.
He
Exactly.
had knives on his
No,
fist.
I'm serious.
Brilliant.
I'm serious.
He had knives on his fist. He wanted to hurt people.
Well, if you understand what it is in this society, sometimes you have to have knives on your fist.
This boy is over here tying it. He's making everything work. You hear me?
telling you.
Right on, brother.
All right. Y'all gonna learn.
All right, man. We can get these bars.